From the Sarah Smiles Network, I'm Sarah Smiles, and this is the Consider the Source podcast, a show about women who build ideas, movements, and careers by questioning the status quo and challenging norms.
I'm Regina, and I am the author of a romance series. My second book is about to come out, and my first book has been out for a couple of years, plugging away at trying to get both of them out of the void and into readers. But I live in downtown Denver, and I work as a nanny until my dream of becoming a full-fledged author can actually pay the bills full-time.
Yeah.
So
how does that even come to fruition, as to like pay the bills, like become a #1 bestseller? Like, what is really the metric for that?
I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think it's not giving up. Every day you have to promote. I mean, I've had the last week off of work, and that's pretty much all I've been doing in between, sitting down and listening to audiobooks until 5 a.m, which is wild, but I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
But I think it takes a lot of patience, and you just have to keep going, and you have to get some thick skin.
Yeah.
Because everyone's a critic, and even when you're exhausted after working a full-time job, I still come home and have to plug away at promoting my book, because I'm the only one that's going to do it. And it's kind of funny because I keep having people are like, oh, I'll promote your book, I'll help you, here's and it's just like, no, you're a scam, I know it. Like, how much money do you want? I'm a tiny indie author, I can't do it. And then it's like, once I tell them, I don't have this extreme budget, it's like, okay, bye. So I have no idea, but I feel like I'm sort of breaking through because especially with social media, I have come in contact with a lot of different communities that have helped me, #1, get out of my shell, but #2, just help me gain some recognition and some traction. And I am forever grateful, because I almost, after the second book, because halfway through it, I had to change it. I changed all of it because I scrapped it. I wasn't happy with it.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that happened, and I just didn't want to reflect on it. Once it was done, and it's been like 3 years in the making, once it was finally done, I'm like, I'm taking a long break before I start writing book 3. And something happened within the last few months where a couple communities showed up, and they're like, no, baby girl, you're not quitting. You are going to finish this.
Yeah.
And it was almost like one muse after the next. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to stick with it. And I just started writing like an actual viable chapter instead of just writing little snippets here and there that I had been doing. But I actually sat down and wrote a chapter, because I think I'm going to change my third and final part of this story as the male perspective, because I really want Jacob Morgan, who's an amazing narrator, to narrate this book. And it was another author who was like, all you have to do is ask. And I'm like,
so true.
I never thought about that. I guess I could, because I'm getting my second book made into an audiobook. It won't happen for maybe like 2 years. Because everything costs money.
Right.
Nothing's free.
Right.
I'm a gold mine, even though I really wish I did.
We all do.
I know. But it's just been like an adventure. It's been a push-pull, me almost giving up, me going back, being like, all right, I got this. Me being like, I don't have this at all. Me posting something, fighting against thirst traps and cat videos and yoga instructors with their butts hanging out in third world country beaches, and I'm just like, hello.
Hey guys, so actually, if you want to read my book,
here you go. So.
I totally hear what you're saying when you say that, because obviously I have a podcast to promote, and I feel the same way. It's like you spend all of your time doing your trade and your craft that you love doing, and then on top of that, you have to promote. You have to do all of your self-advocacy. So my question then is, okay, you've written this book, clearly you have 2 published, and now, how did you get into a book deal? Are they self-published, or how did that come to happen?
So it's a hybrid publishing company, which means it's half self-published and half an actual publishing company.
Okay.
I just sent my manuscript out to a bunch of people, and I just loved the energy of this publisher, and they're like, we wanna do your book, and here are the perimeters. Are you interested? And I'm like, Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And it came right after the pandemic. And I mention this all the time because the pandemic was such a pivotal point where I was finally at a place in my life, because we all were forced to stop and reevaluate what I wanted in my life. And writing has always been something that I have turned to. I've always written, but I never believed in myself enough to be like, I'm going to take it to the next level. And my mom, however, has always said, you need to make this a profession. You need to make this a profession. I'm like, get out of here. No, I'm not that good. She's like, no, you really do. And then finally I was like, all right, Mom, guess what I'm doing? And she's like, about damn time. I've been waiting for this thing.
So what did it start with, like fan fiction when you're like in elementary school that your mom found? Like, how did she know that you were a good author?
She would just always see me writing and read what I wrote. And I've always done literary magazines for school. I was on the school newspaper in high school. I did just indie articles here and there, and I would just always write. And then I wrote a blog that kept me from losing my mind during the pandemic because of everything that was going on. And then I actually was introduced to this actor who just catapulted me into a way of like, something about this character in this show has energized me to the point where I want to write. I don't know what it was exactly or how it happened exactly. I mean, I do a little bit, but it's a long story. I was just enthralled by this character. And then I started reading, because, you know, once you get through a show and you're in the pandemic, you can't do anything.
Right.
I started reading fan fiction of his because the libraries were closed. So it's getting my entertainment that way. Exactly. You need something to do besides go insane. And it was either that or jump off the roof of my house just for fun, you know? I was reading all these fan fiction pieces, and I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And I just started writing on my phone, and I had this memory that has lingered for 20 plus years, and it kind of sort of resurfaced itself in the midst of the pandemic. But it didn't resurface itself the way I had always held it, like how the importance that it held to me. So I felt like it deserved something so much better than the reality of the situation. You know, duh. You know? So like, I'm gonna change this and make it so much better. So I mean, yes and no, because you know, main character in my book series is loosely based off of the actor and this other person, but he's also kind of a jerk.
Okay, so you made him your own.
Yeah, because I want to make it more realistic than this like fairy tale little swoon, like white knight sweeping in. I mean, granted, don't we all want a white knight swooping in? Like,
frankly, yes.
Like, I love all these romance audiobooks that I'm listening to, but some of them I'm like, all right, where are you? Who are you? Eyes.
I get that. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so if you had to give like a book talk, you remember in elementary school when you used to have to like give book talks and you have to like not give away the ending, but you have to say it in like 3 sentences about what the book's about and get people excited. What would your book talk for this book be? By the way, what is your book called?
It's the first one is called Falling Backward. The second one is called Falling Free. Okay. And I'm gonna give you 3 words because I use it all the time. Fate, chances, choices.
Okay.
So that's it. That's what it's all wrapped up into. Like, how fate works, the chances you get, and the choices you make.
I love it. Okay, and so obviously you've been inspired by a movie and you read a lot of your own like romance novels and stuff. What would you compare your book to? And like, if readers are reading one thing and they love that one book, what would they like? What would you relate it to? And you'd be like, okay, this is my recommendation, like Falling Backwards and what was the other one?
Falling Free.
Falling Free. Yeah. I almost said Falling Forwards. I was like, that's not right. So
it was one of the contenders, though, but I was like, that's too much.
Okay, so Falling Free, what would you compare it to of, like, a book that's out there and it's like, okay, if you love that book, you'll love this book?
I don't know if I can, because I think there's so many different... It's a contemporary romance. It's a spicy read. It's not a dark romance. I think some of the dark romances are a little too much for me. I just read Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, and I was like, these people need counseling. So it's not on the darker realm. I do want to dip into a little bit of darkness in the third one because, it's coming from a male perspective and it's not as fluffy and dreamy. Yeah. But it's a contemporary romance. I don't necessarily want to compare it to other books because there are so many books that I love and I just want it to be my own.
Yeah, obviously.
So that's hard to say, but I would love it to have the same reception that Wilder Love by Emery Rose has.
Okay.
It's one of the most
I've
beautiful.
read that one.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what I was just listening to for like the 7th time last night until like 5 a.m. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
It's an addiction.
It is an addiction. I was talking to my neighbor earlier. I was like, do they have like an audiobook anonymous? Because I think I was enjoying it. You need to go to daily or weekly meetings because I have an addiction. I have a problem. I don't know. I lump it in with contemporary romances with a little bit of spice. Like, there's so many in that realm. It's a fun read. It's comical. It's relatable. Everyone who has read it has loved it. Yeah. Of course, I've gotten opinions here and there about it, but that's what it is. Everyone's gonna have an opinion. But overall, everyone has loved it. Yeah, and I appreciated it. I was on a flight one time, and I left the book out in the airport, and I was stalking to see who picked it up, and there was this younger girl who picked it up. And she happened to be on my flight, and it was at the time when we were still wearing masks, and she didn't put it down. She was like this the entire flight. I was like, okay, that's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Contemporary romance, I think it needs to be with all the rest of them, but it needs its chance to shine too.
Yeah. So, and how would you differentiate contemporary romance from, say, like, any other romance novel that exists?
Contemporary romance is a little less dark. It's not as dreary. It's not as, like, heroic in a sense. There are heroes in the books, in my opinion anyways. It's not this brooding stalker dude that's stealthily hiding in this house that's, that apparently you can't see or hear. He's like 6'7". I mean, I'm 5'5". I tiptoe around my apartment and you can hear me from one end to the other. It's lighthearted, I would say. Contemporary romance are more lighthearted, but they're a little bit, with the spice level, I think it's a little bit between, like,
rom-com meets, like, sultry fan fiction.
Yeah, or, 50 Shades meets that one rom-com that you like, that came on Netflix, and, just, that's where I would put it. We all write, and I would love to dabble in darker subjects, but this was attached to a memory, and it was a fun memory.
Yeah.
And it was also at the time when I was writing it, like, we were already in the midst of down and depressed and sad. And I'm like, I just wanted to write something upbeat because like, the world is heavy enough right now. Yeah. I mean, it's still a dumpster fire. So I'm trying to write something that's, like, lighthearted and fun, but you can relate to. And, I want my character in the end to be like Shane Wilder from Wilder Love.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's phenomenal, and I'm like, where are you?
Literally, I need you in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you?
Are you ready? Clearly, you came up with the male inspiration from the actor that you're referring to. But in terms of the rest of the characters in the book, what are you pulling from? Like, I feel like that would be so hard for my brain to be like, I'm gonna make up this character and not have it based on someone that actually exists in my life.
Yeah. So I base there's another female character in it. She's Hope's best friend. Hope is the main female character. Hope is lightly based on me. My middle name is Hope, so I wanted to throw that in there. But I based a lot of it on, like, personal experiences, but make it fictional. Yeah. And then her best friend is based on a accumulation of all my girlfriends and experiences we've had and different conversations we've had. The story itself, the first one takes place in the pandemic. The second one takes place after the pandemic. Okay. And it's just,
So
fictional.
It's in real time.
Yeah, fictional, real time, fictional experiences. Because again, you don't want to get sued and you don't want to make anyone mad if you're turning someone into a character that everyone hates. And they're like, why'd you do this to me? And I'm like, why did you give me the inspiration you want to, like, not my fault. But yeah, I think I started out with these 3 main characters. I'm adding more and more, and there's going to be a third a second main male character introduced in the third book. We'll see what direction she chooses because, I'm all into the why choose? It's like, why choose?
So it's like a classic love triangle.
Maybe
Sorta.
not. I don't know the direction. I just started writing it.
Yeah. So you've written the first and second book without any idea of how you think it's going to end?
I've had to write the first and the second. Yes, I've had to write the first and the second from the end
Forward. Okay.
only because my sister has this weird thing with reading books from the back. So she gets to be like, if I don't like the ending, I'm not reading it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
I've met so many people like that. They'll go and read the last chapter, or like the last 5 pages.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, well, now I don't have to read it. I'm like, what?
There's a whole build up here.
Yeah.
So I wrote it to where she couldn't figure it out.
Oh, okay.
And she even mentioned, she's like, there's only one thing that I can say that I am leaning towards, and it's only because of one phrase that you use. And I'm like, you got me. But I kept you on your toes for a little while because she's like, I can't figure it out. I don't like it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Too bad, sister. Read the book.
Yeah. Wait, so you had to make a whole puzzle out of it too?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, so how did you do that?
Well, so I did the ending first, and then I did the story that happened to me. Falling Backward is loosely based on something that happened to me when I was 20 in Ibiza.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's attached to a memory.
Okay.
Everything about that part is 100% real.
Yeah.
Like, from me leaping over train tracks to get my bag that I had forgotten because I had 0 sleep,
Yeah.
to going to these bars in Ibiza and, all of that part is real. The rest of it, I just made up, went along as I went.
Yeah.
What should I add now? Like, I was in this flow because, again, we were still in the pandemic and we didn't have anything going on.
Right.
Even though, like, I started really writing it in 2021, Colorado was still heavily like, we're taking this seriously. Let's not all party like it's spring break.
Right.
So, I'm still writing and, not leaving my house. And also, I don't want to deal with the circus outside, because you'd already dealt with that of lines and security, it was a little too much. So you're just like, I'm learning how to be a homebody now, I guess. But yeah, so it's like the ending and then the middle, and then I wrote everything in between. And I didn't have a laptop for the longest time.
What, you use a typewriter?
I used my phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just writing on my phone.
That's wild.
And then, like, halfway through 2021, I bought myself a laptop, and I'm like, best investment ever.
Oh
and
my
I'm
god.
so weird about it now because I don't do anything on this laptop except write back. It is equipped to do so much.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't understand. Me and technology do not get along.
You're the one with the incorrect processor, not the computer.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna break on me. Something's gonna download wrong. I'm gonna lose my entire manuscript. It's gonna fall into the toilet, even though I'm not in the bathroom with me. Somehow we'll grow legs and hop in the toilet. Like, I'm taking a swim.
Like that one scene from Sex and the City where Carrie's computer just crashes.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And she like takes it to the store and they're like, it's gone.
Did you put it on backup? No. Ask me that one more time.
Yeah, no, that is a constant fear of mine of like having all work that you've created and spent hours dumping time into just gone.
Exactly. Exactly. It's happened to me. I mean, not as good of computers, but back in college and school, that's what I used, and I've had one or two die on me, and I'm like,
yep, and there goes that. Yeah, it's like a little piece of you dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm like, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I even have Netflix on my phone. I'm like, if anything is going to die, it will be my phone. That's gonna be the one that's gonna be killed, not my laptop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are basically like, this is your Horcrux, and like if they die, then you die.
Yes.
Okay.
If my laptop dies, I'm running myself into traffic. Take me out now.
Literally.
Exactly. I mean, especially now because I'm an indie author. Apple products are expensive. I don't know anyone who has like $1,500 plus to like throw down on a new computer because they were dumb and did some dumb shit and made it die. Can't be that person. So I'll just walk around with my irrational fear of something happening to my laptop.
Or you could get Apple insurance.
I mean,
Which is
that's
like
why I have it on my phone. So that's why I'm like, if anything's gonna die, it's gonna be on my phone. And I can easily just copy and paste.
True.
And put it over to my laptop.
It's true.
So
that's genius though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about your time in college and how your laptop died in college. So did you major in like creative writing or journalism when you were in college, or were you
I did public relations, and then I did education.
Okay, so not writing.
But I took creative writing courses.
Yeah.
And I remember one time my professor, I was putting my short story in my book bag, and she's like, no, don't put that away. And I'm like, shit, she's gonna make me read this.
Did she?
Yeah, maybe. And it's kind of funny because that's the exact reaction I got with my ending of my story. And I loved this story, and I still remember bits and pieces of it, but it's a darker romance.
Yeah.
It started with a darker romance. Don't know why. But that's what it was. It was a dark romance, little short story, and the class got at the ending of it. And I wish I remembered it because I would turn it into a short story in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
I mean, I just aged myself. I'm 45, so like I don't remember that.
No, I don't remember most of the stuff I said in college or wrote in college.
Right.
Anyways, that was not too long ago for me. So.
Unless I have a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
But, the not physical copy is on one of the computers that died.
It makes a lot of money for being able to recover anyone's laptop from any point in time. That's going to be a relic. It's going to be great. It's going to be prosperous to anyone who does that. You should honestly call up your professor and see if she remembers.
I have looked for her.
Have you?
Yes. Her name was Dr. Nugent.
Okay.
She was phenomenal. I loved her. She was an amazing, amazing professor. She just urged me to do so many creative things. I will always, forever remember her as being that one teacher that just was like, spoke to my heart and took me under her wing, and I was like, just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so she obviously like pushed you in some creative endeavors and made you feel like you could do things, right?
Yes. I mean, I've always, but honestly, I feel like I didn't
Need that much pushing?
No, I just honestly didn't feel like I truly believe in myself until I turned like 40, 44, honestly, like sometime within the last couple of years. I didn't believe in myself at all.
Wow.
Because I've had so many times in my life where I've been pushed down and pushed away, and either by jealousy or just by crappy people being in my life, just being like, you're not good enough, you'll never be good enough. And I don't know where that stems from, because I've always been the type of person where I've been that, like, I'm gonna root for you, I'm gonna be there for you, but there's always been this like, no, we're gonna make you doubt yourself. Because I don't know what it is. It's not a competition, people. Like, just live, be supportive, have fun, At the same time, I'm not gonna sit around and chase you for attention. Like, either be there or don't. Support me or don't. Like, if you stab me in the back more than once, I will forgive you. But eventually it's going to get to the point where the last time you hurt me, it's over. I won't wish you ill will, but I'm not wasting my time or energy on you. And I feel like that has come with age and experience and a lot of heartbreak and a lot of disappointment in understanding that not everyone's going to treat you the way that you treat them, and not everyone's going to support you the way that you support them. And I learned a lot of that too with the publishing and going after this dream with my first book. I saw a lot of people and how they were with me at first. It's like, why are you doing this? This isn't good enough. Why are you going with them? It was just a rapid fire of negative. And instead it's just like, why don't you just support me? Like, just say, congrats. Write that on for size.
That's what's always been so amazing to me, because I feel like with creatives, it's really difficult to resonate with other people because, and I won't say all people, but most people in regular corporate America or even like in a regular job, and they just don't understand that these creative pursuits are what fulfills you.
Yeah, it's a passion. It's not, but it's also a passion that you want to turn into something bigger. Like,
it's a purpose.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to I don't want to be a nanny for the rest of my, I love my 2 little buddies that I nanny for, but I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I want my books to support me, to financially support me. I'm not just doing this for fun. Like, I'm doing this with a purpose. And I'm good at it. Forever to finally admit that and to say that. Because again, I've had so many people ever since I was young tell me that I was not good enough. And that sucks. Like, not my immediate family, but just people in general. And like I said, I don't know where it stems from, but it took a lot of healing and it took a lot of peeling back the layers. And for the longest time, I was not outspoken about my book series. And it took me going to Paris last summer and being surrounded by a group of phenomenal writers and walking into it. And here they're writing all these like amazing memoirs. And here I come in with my little contemporary romance book. And I had such support from so many of them. Romance is important. Like, it is. Keep going. This is, you know, your platform. And now I haven't met them in a quick minute, but now we're planning on going to either the south of France next summer or Paris again next summer. And I cannot wait to be around them because they are huge motivators. And they literally got me out of my shell when I was there. And then when I came back, I'm like, you know what? Now it's not about anyone else. Now it's about me getting in my own way and me stopping myself from shining. And now I have no one else to blame except for myself, and I need to stop it. And I need to get out of my own damn way. So it's been kind of like that. Yeah, that's awesome. No, and it truly makes the world of difference when you meet someone or a group of people that allows you to feel like what you're doing is valuable, what you're doing is being seen by other people, and that they're also seeing the value in you as well. And I feel like that is such a difficult mindset to put yourself in when you feel like everyone else around you is just out to get you. And not in the sense of like out of envy or out of like any sort of spite, but just out of, I don't understand you and therefore I'm not going to encourage this. Because I feel like for me, with creative endeavors that I've had, people have just not understood them. And it wasn't that they weren't supportive. It was moreover that they didn't understand. And it still is just almost as hurtful because it's like, I just want someone in my corner rooting for me. Yeah, exactly. The same way that you root for them. You know, I have plenty of people in my corner rooting for me, but there have been times in my life where it's only really been my sister, my mom, and maybe a few friends. When on the opposite end of that coin, I've never not been there for someone, and I've never not rooted for someone. And no matter what you have or what you're pursuing or what you're going after, like, I'm not going to stop you, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're stupid or you're dumb or you're not valuable. But like I said, I've lived out a really long time with so many people doing that to me. And it does something for your self-esteem. And it, you know, and then it was like, either stop playing victim and just let yourself shine and say F it to the world and the naysayers and the haters. And now I'm just like, you know, so I don't know if you're privy to Book Talk.
Yes.
Okay. I love Book Talk. It's a great community, but there's a lot of negative Nancy's. Sometimes it's exhausting.
Real critics.
Yeah. And I'm like, have you ever written a book? No.
Yeah.
Have you ever published a book? No. Have you ever done anything besides get on TikTok and made videos about you complaining about an author you don't like or something you don't like? It's like,
and that for me, it's not really a representation of the book. It's just a representation of like what our community feeds off of.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, of like, I'm going to say something that's argumentative so that people are commenting in the comment section, so people are sharing it.
Rage bait.
Exactly. It's literally that. And that is what I have to remind myself of so frequently, of like, there are people that will literally just put you down or say things because they don't, like, they just want the attention themselves and they want to be able to profit off of someone else's loss or making fun of somebody else or having a hot take about something when...
Yeah, I was called trash the other week by a book talker because I told her I used AI for images to promote my book.
Okay.
I don't use AI to write my book. Calm down, pipe down. But I will use certain things to check my grammar, check my punctuation. Yeah. Everything that is written is I've written it, like it's mine. And then I said, but I've used AI images to like promote a part of my book. Yeah. And she's like, well, that's trash and you're trash. And I'm like, Well, all right then.
Also, well, how does that merit that?
Good talk.
Do you want to draw pictures for my book? Is that what you're about?
You seem fun at parties.
Yeah.
All right.
I would love for you to be able to just go and hire an illustrator to make promotions for your book.
No, I want you. No, sweetheart. I want you to write a book. I want you to promote the hell out of it. And then I want you to make it the next bestseller. All in with your smarts and your wits and your creative talent, and I'm gonna support you. You know, because you know everything, and people that have been doing this for years and get to listen to you spout off about how you think someone's trash for using an AI image, you know.
Yeah,
it's just
there's
like,
no winning.
You kind of have to just brush it off and like, all right, grumpy, go take a nap or eat a sandwich. I don't know what to tell you. Like, calm down. And I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's like, it's that saying, like, some of you have gone through life never being punched in the throat for the things you say, and it shows. Because it's like, if you were saying this to me face to face, do you really, like, would you be as brave?
No.
Like, I don't think you would. Because my face alone would be like, say it again. I dare you.
The internet is both full of positives and negatives.
And it's necessary. Sorry, it's necessary.
Yeah. The whole concept of AI, like, there's so many good uses for it, especially for, like, entrepreneurs and trying to figure out how you're going to plan certain stuff for your business and promote your business. Like, it is a valuable tool.
Right.
Like, I'm sure if you had it your way in an ideal world, you would have someone that would come and just draw illustrations for you off the bat like this and that.
I'm a publisher that did the cover of my book.
Yeah.
But the fact that this was like such a thing, like I went through other videos where there were authors who were like, I don't even know if I want to spread the word about my book now. Like I'm terrified. I had a cover artist and it's being mistaken as AI and you have all these other people and it's like, this is what y'all are doing to a community of hardworking creative people. Keep your opinions to yourself. Shut up, shut up. You know, the whole playlist. I don't know if you heard that whole debacle of the playlist being put in your book is cringy. And I'm like, so is using the word cringe. Like, get a new word. Like,
what is the playlist?
So there's a bunch of authors that, and I don't have a playlist in the back of my book, but it shows you that you can go to my Spotify because music is such a huge part.
And listen to music during
like, all my chapters are song titles, so I'm inspired by music. Get over it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's all these, like, people who are just, that's so cringe.
Why is that cringe?
I don't know. You know, I don't know. So is using the word cringe over and over and over again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Find a different synonym. Like,
yes, I agree with that.
Thesaurus.
No, they like cringe because it's a really popular SEO word.
Oh my God. Like, if I hear it one more time, I'm gonna cringe your eyes out.
Yeah, it has to be hard to be a creative because the one thing that you want to choose to focus on is just writing, and then there's all these other added layers of writing.
People who have their opinions but yet have never done this. Not even put themselves out there, except for I'm gonna make some rage bait video because here's my opinion. You're gonna listen to it. Let's just all hop on board.
But I mean, then you have that juxtaposition of that with the young girl that is picking up your book and not putting it down.
Yeah.
So is there any reflection of that through social media, or is it pretty much just been like, we're gonna hate on this right now?
I was mad the entire day that happened because I kept seeing other authors going through it and I just wanted to like reach out and jump through the screen and like hug these people and be like, keep the playlist, keep the M-dash, keep the AI image. This is your work. Like, you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. I get it. You don't use AI to write your entire series.
Yeah.
Because that's plagiarism and that's not your work.
Yeah.
But do use AI for other things. Don't listen to the haters. Like, I did that for so long in my life. Stop it. Like, and then I just want to kind of run out to all the people who are being bullies and like beat them up with my metal lunchbox. Because there's a story where when I was younger, my older sister had a bully and she wouldn't leave my sister alone. And I had it with her. And we got off the bus stop and I beat her butt with my metal lunchbox because I was over it. She would not leave my sister alone. Yeah. So that's like my perspective in life. Like, if you keep terrorizing the bear is going to come out of the woods and take you down.
Yeah.
Stop it. And it was just disheartening to see all these really hardworking indie writers just sad and depressed about, I don't want to share my work. Now I got to delete all of it. Now I got to start over. We all jumped on a bandwagon to bully someone, and that's like...
Yeah, and do you feel like the majority of the authors are female, or is it a good mix of male and female?
The ones that more female, I am now sort of getting to see more and more male writers, but I feel like this is the one industry that is female driven.
Well, I also, I remember listening to a podcast a while ago, so I listened to a lot of, STEM podcasts. I'm an engineer, and when I was listening to this one about girls who code and teaching young girls how to code, a girl would try and figure out how to write a few lines, and I'm talking girl among, under the age of 10, maybe, sometimes under the age of 15, probably realistically moreover under the age of 15. They're trying to code, they're trying to learn how to do this, and they'll type something, see that it doesn't work, they'll try a few different edits, they'll delete everything, and then call the teacher over and say, I need help. I don't understand how to do this. And then without fail, every time whenever the teacher would click the undo button, they would see all of the work that they've just erased. And I feel like that is just such a perfect analogy for how women feel with creative aspects or their career or their work. It's if it's not perfect, they'd rather scrap it and start from scratch.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Because we're inundated with how we constantly, I hear it, how you should look, how you should be, how you should act. Here's this serum to make you look younger. Here's this cream to make this scar go away. Here's this, here's that. It makes your head want to spin, but at the same time, it just stems from a male-driven world that just, in my opinion, kind of feast on a lot of attention, but at the same time, we're not that good to each other either. Come on, sisterhood, let's get it together,
Yeah.
Toss the crown off of someone's head, lift it up, raise it, smile, tell a woman that she looks beautiful. If you are a woman, if you are a man, it's okay. Stop making every woman doubt who she is, what she has to offer. It just... And I feel like it's a lot more intense because of social media. I love social media, but I feel like if you are a woman in any type of creative outlet or any type of industry, you have to work 10 times harder to prove yourself worthy. And that needs to stop. It so needs to stop.
Yeah, it's so frustrating because I'll see creators that will post content without wearing makeup, and then their next video will be them wearing makeup, and they'll be like, well, because my views only reach this certain level when I'm wearing makeup. And so their physical appearance means that much more than when they don't wear makeup, which is really upsetting to see because you'd like to think that, with the Me Too movement and with this new progression of women supporting women and the Barbie movement of sisterhood and girlhood and all of that positive reinforcement of being a woman's awesome, being a woman's great, we should support other women. It is still upsetting to see that reflected in that way of it's such a subconscious thing that we have allowed ourselves to become victim to.
Yeah, every little flaw, every little, if you don't have the perfect weight or the perfect height, or you're not, you wear jeans instead of a dress, or it's a lot. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we have to get better at it.
Yeah.
It's intense, and I love TikTok and I love all my Instagram and I love it, but I swear every other third ad is something that I need to make myself look better and feel better and change about myself. And I'm and my real question is, do dudes see this? Are dudes getting the same kind of thing that they need to lose weight, they need to lose their frown lines. And I hate that statement too. I have a scar right here that is showing more and more as I get older.
Yeah.
But it's because an entire oil pot, when I was a server at a fondue restaurant, slammed on the ground and whipped up on my face, and this entire side of my face was burnt. I look like the Phantom of the Opera. So the fact that at 45 I have a scar showing up now, I'm lucky, because it could have been a lot worse. That even is making me doubt my facial appearance, and I shouldn't. It's just... And again, do dudes get this?
I think the only thing that they get is that you can fly to Turkey to get hair implants.
Oh, fun. Okay. Wait, you could go to an amazing country to get... Okay. What?
Yeah, that... Because I got sucked into watching Love Island recently, the UK version.
That is like all the rage.
And I wanted to watch it because I wanted to understand what people were talking about, and then I realized I was watching the UK version, and there's apparently a US version that is what everyone has actually been talking about.
Yeah.
So now I'm just watching something and no one's
like, who are these people?
Literally. I'm like, where's the people that everyone else is talking about? Yeah, so anyways, yeah. It just made me hyper aware of the difference in expectations that men and women have for each other. And obviously, like, that is a hyper fixated and hyper unreal scenario of people that have gotten like boob jobs and lip injections and fillers. And but the thing was, when I got on social media and I was looking up some of these people on social media, the guys had all, I won't say all, but some of the guys have gotten hair implants. And I'm like, okay, so this is something that men are insecure about. It's just the things that they can quote unquote fix are a little bit more difficult. Like I've seen shin implants where you can make your shin longer so that you're able to grow. I think that it's up to 3 inches is the maximum that you can grow with these shin implants, which just reminds me of that movie White Chicks when they're like, yeah, I got my knees done. Yeah.
It's too much.
So it's
Too much.
I do believe that it is both men and women. I do think that it is worse for women because
definitely.
we've made ours so much more accessible. We've made ours so much more normalized. I love makeup. I think makeup's great, but I think that a lot of women feel the need to wear makeup as opposed to feel liberated to wear makeup.
I'm wearing eyeshadow for the first time in like months.
Really?
I put on makeup today. I usually never wear makeup. And I know it's me. I'm 45. I don't care. Take it or leave it. At this point, I'm a feral 45-year-old woman who's at any moment possibly gonna rage if you say something stupid to me. Hasn't eaten. I run on exhaustion and caffeine. Leave me alone. Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm also just accepting this amazing, unapologetic side to myself.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that wasn't me for a really, really long time. And
Right.
It's just like, this is a wild side, and I like it.
And so when you decided that you liked this side of you, and you met up with these people in France, and were they majority women? Like, was it an all?
It was all women except
Yeah.
for one guy.
Okay.
And he kept up with all of us.
I love that.
Yeah, he was wonderful. He's an older gentleman.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was right in the mix with us. But I did something about this trip clicked.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always how it is with me with travel. There's always something that happens in a trip that makes something in my heart click, and like another piece is added to the missing pieces. But something about this trip, I was like, you know what? Here comes Regina. Watch out. I'm not apologizing for being here. I'm not apologizing to be seen. I'm not begging you to be seen. I'm not asking for your attention. I don't need you to save me. I want to be chosen. I want to be seen. I want you to appreciate what I have to offer and what I have to give. My book, myself, I am important too.
Yeah.
I have value and I have worth, and I am no shy away from that.
Yeah.
Because I did for decades.
Yeah.
So take it or leave it. Your choice.
Yeah. And it must be empowering to also feel that way with other women, because like what we were just discussing, that it feels so difficult to be in an industry or be in as an author in anywhere and not feel supported. So to feel supported by other women that are also authors,
Yes,
like that must be such a great feeling.
I have, so this book, it's a darker romance. Her name is Layla James, or Leela James. It's a great book series. Kingston, Archer, and I forget the third one, but someone made a video about promoting the Kingston, the first book, and I was like, oh my god, I just got done listening to the audiobook. I loved it. You should totally read it. And I didn't realize I was talking to the author. And then they comment back, and I was like, oh my god, you're the author.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
started following her, and she followed me right back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it comes with experience, and it comes with just stepping out of your own shell and getting out of your own way. And I feel like my second book is probably going to be a little bit more successful than my first, because I am making such a big stink about it, and because I am forcing myself to be seen, and I'm not shying away from it, and I'm not shying away from talking shit, if you will, I deserve to be here too.
Yeah.
Pipe down.
Talking shit. That's standing on business.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber says.
Exactly. Hose off. Calm down. I deserve to be here too.
Standing on business. Because, like, if this is something that you're so passionate about and this is something that you feel like is your purpose, you want to make into your career, you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
if you don't,
no one else
is.
Yeah, aside from my mom and my sister and a few other friends, but yeah, mainly like it's me. I have to do this, and if
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, no one else is.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying cheerleaders. You
Yeah.
know, this isn't a sorority, so it's just that's where I'm at. Like I
Yeah.
have to do this. It's free advertisement. Like,
Yeah.
free promos.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Like I said,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy about who I am now because it's just like I do, like you said, stand on business. I don't
Yeah.
take shit the way I used to. I don't roll over and just, you know, not want to cause waves, you know, in this rickety boat that I'm in.
Yeah.
It's just like, F it. If it sinks, diving in and swimming to shore.
And that's how you
Get
have
there
to
eventually.
be. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you're not rooting for yourself, if you're not self-advocating, again, who is? And it's also like, if this is something you want so desperately to happen, you're the only one to make it happen.
And that's part of manifestation, in my opinion, too.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's a wild concept, but I've gotten everything I've wanted out of life.
Yeah.
It may have not happened right away, but I have gotten every single thing I've ever wanted. And looking back, I can going down to the most wildest things to like the very simple thing like, oh, I really want this, and it just shows up like a day later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is part of it, and I'm here to stay, and I'm gonna do it. And
Yeah.
mark my words, I'm getting Jacob Morgan to narrate my third book, and getting my second book narrated, and my second book is gonna be the one that catapults me, and
Yeah.
you know, one day
Yeah.
y'all are gonna know.
Yeah. Exactly.
I knew her way back when. I was probably a dick to her for no reason.
And hopefully that's not what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I was the first one in line to buy her book,
Yeah.
and she's been the best. I've been an OG fan.
I mean, I hope so. I hope the little girl or the teenage girl that shows up and like, I remember your book. I was in the airport. I'm gonna be like, I remember you too. I watched you like a crazy stalker. Hey, little girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't that. She was a teenager. Sorry.
Young
Yeah,
gal.
she was younger. I actually did walk into the ladies' room, and I think she knew who I was.
Oh, really?
Because again, I had my face mask on, but you know, in the picture, I have sort of distinct eyes, and she just like looked up, and she's like, you know, looking around, like,
Yeah.
did this really just happen? And the author just walking in the bathroom?
Celebrity sighting.
Yeah. And I'm like, this feels good, but I didn't say anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
be like, yes, I am. And then
Imagine
like
what you're
her
talking
parent, she's like, get away from my daughter, and like calls the cops. I'm arrested. Like, no, it's not like that. Yeah, I wrote a book. She was reading on the plane. And you're like, yeah, tell it to the judge.
Tell it to someone who cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously this has been a whirlwind experience for you of writing the book, getting inspired, feeling like yourself in writing. But there's been obviously like some sort of pursuit of you knowing that this is for you and this makes it all worth it. So of all of the obstacles that you've talked about, what makes everything worth it?
The one thing?
It can be an amalgamation of things. It can be a specific thing. It can be this, and this. But, like, what keeps you going? What makes it all worth it?
That one day it'll happen, and that I will actually be the author that I want to be, and it will be the one thing that pays my bills and takes me to the next chapter in my life. But I honestly think the one thing that makes it all worth it, and this is going to sound so cheesy, but it's true, is making my mom proud.
Yeah.
And making her be like, I told you so. You know, and that little cocky, fiery voice of hers. Arms crossed. I told you so. Told you should have done this a long time ago. You're right, Mom. Okay. Should have listened to you before. To make things difficult for myself. Clearly.
But if you wouldn't have waited, then you wouldn't have written these great books.
Exactly. And I feel like timing is everything. Everything's had to happen for a reason. My life has led me through multiple parallel paths and journeys, and it all had to come to me the way it did. And that in itself is pretty damn magical.
Yeah.
You know, I think just doing it and I'm still always shocked when people read it and they're just like, it was really good. And I'm like, oh, like, why did you think that I was
I'm not lying here.
I'm not lying here. Like, I'm a good writer. God.
What do they think they're gonna get on SoundCloud and like have to listen to you rap or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's gonna happen?
I told you it was gonna be good, but I'm still shocked every time they say it. Yay, Heidi likes it. Thank you. Part 2's coming up. Now we got a part 3, finally.
That's amazing. And so obviously there's a lot of things that you have coming to fruition for what you're
Fingers
manifesting.
crossed.
Yeah, but like, what now for you? You're gonna continue promoting? Are you gonna do like reading somewhere?
That's
I feel like you should.
next. I gotta get over this fear of being in front of people, though.
Really?
I don't think
It's a common.
I feel like a lot of us authors are very. Once you get in the vibe of talking to us, we're fine. But
Yeah.
like standing in front of a crowd,
Yeah.
it's like
If you ever need a ghost reader, I love talking to crowds.
Oh, I might contact you because I'm just send you my book and be like, here you go.
Read that
Yeah,
up.
Go ahead. I'm the author, but she's going to be speaking for me. It is. I have my book in a little cute romance-specific bookstore in downtown
What's it
Denver.
called?
Spicy Library.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
So I'm going to put my second book there.
Mhm.
I would love to do a book tour. My main focus right now is starting book 3, but also making the audiobook for book 2
Yeah.
happen. I'm not doing book 1
It was an audiobook.
as an audiobook. It's
Why
just,
not?
I just would like to start with book 2, honestly.
Interesting. Okay.
I have some reasons behind it, but at the same time it's personal.
Sure.
But I just kind of want to go with book 2. I feel like book 2 can stand on its own, doesn't
Okay.
necessarily need
Book one.
book 1 to rely on.
Okay.
Because it kind of goes over what happened in book 1, and I just think I loved book 1. It's great.
Yes.
Backward is great. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But I really, really like book 2.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like, this is the one I want
Yeah.
to represent everything,
Yeah.
and start with this one.
Ah.
And maybe after I get book 2 as an audiobook, I'll do book 1. I know that's strange, but I
I feel
don't
like it's not strange. That's what they did in Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
you started in the middle.
exactly like I don't like to follow rules anyways. Like it's not
Yeah.
me like walking my own path.
Yeah, I mean, if they start at book number 2, like, it's gonna be sort of like an immersive version of going backwards into the story. What are we gonna uncover in this?
Exactly. And I touch enough in book 2 that you don't necessarily need to read book 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Please do. Like, please get
Please
it.
do. Please buy it.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to read it if you don't want to. Just buy it. Support me. But book 2, I'm really excited about. Like, I did the final reviewing of the manuscript, and I was just excited
Yeah.
all the way through. And I'm like, wow, this.
Yeah.
This is cool. I'm like grinning ear to ear, and I can't wait because I love the perspective of me changing it from the female to the male perspective, and
Yeah.
and now he's gonna tell the story.
Yeah.
Make him as dreamy as I want.
Okay, and with the book, like, obviously that must have been such a big thing for you to see, like, the physical, tangible copy of your book for the first time. What was that like?
It was amazing. Falling backward, it was just to have it in my hand.
Yeah. Did you cry?
Yes, a little bit. The second book, same feeling, but it was a little bit more because of how long it had taken me.
Yeah.
The first book took me a year from start to finish. The second book took me a little over 3 years. I never thought I would see it. I never thought it would be done. I never thought I would reach the end of that tunnel. And, when I got it in my hands, I'm like, phew, it's here, we're here, and it's being released on August 5th.
Oh my god.
So we're only a few short weeks away. So
It's really coming up. Oh my gosh. Obviously, there's some work that the publisher does to get you the books, but are they contacting like the booksellers or Amazon, or is that something you?
Oh no, they do that. They do all that. Like it's sold on
Okay.
Amazon and through Ingram. They have that all
Okay.
set up. They'll set up the audiobook auditions.
Okay.
They do the cover art. They do
Okay.
proofreading. So it's more, a publisher than it is self-publishing.
Mhm.
I have all the benefits of a publisher.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it is considered hybrid. So it's a little
Okay.
bit of self-publishing, but more publishing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. I kind of lost my mind a couple times with them, the last couple years, and they've literally, walked me back from the ledge. And one of my editors, I just found out, actually lives right around the corner from me.
Oh, really?
She moved here recently, and we get coffee sometimes. So she's the one person where I'm like,
It's okay.
I'll help you. Thanks. I'm sorry. Let me buy you some coffee.
That's
So-
awesome.
I have a question though. What time is it? Because they do close it.
4:47.
Okay, cool. Close at 5, the guy told me. Make sure you tell her close at 5. All right. What is this? They used to stay open till 8, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Life
is. Everyone is getting sleepy nowadays.
I feel like Colorado is one of those places where everyone goes to bed early because they all wake up at the butt crack of dawn because they want to like go hiking or go walk their dogs on my way to work. You know, there's always like 5 families or 5 people that are jogging, and it's like 6:30. I've gotten like maybe 2 sips of coffee in, and I'm like, stop it right now. It's too much.
Yeah.
But
oh my god.
You know, but then I get home and I'm like, let's go walking everywhere, you know, because you live in downtown.
Yeah.
It's my form of exercise. I mean, I love the mountains here. I used to, like I said, before we started this, I used to live in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Rockies, and I always wanted to do that until I did it, and I'm like, no, I'm never doing that again. Cabin was haunted, and neighbors were nosy. It was where I saw Bigfoot and an alien once. Like, I don't know what was in my backyard. I've never ran. Yeah, I never ran so fast inside my house, in my little cabin, and I'm like, what was that? Again, my irrational thoughts. This is why I'm a writer. It's constant. But
constant source of inspiration.
What is going on in her head? Most of the time it's 2 people fighting. They're like, no, yes, no. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. It's 3 a.m.
Oh, amazing. Well, Regina, thank you so much. I kind of want to get out of here before it starts raining.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun. So you made it very easy.
Well, I'm glad. Where can people find you if they want to, like, number one, read your book? Obviously, they know the titles, but can they find you on TikTok, or can they find you on
They can. Find me all. I'm on all the socials.
She's all up in there.
I'm all over them. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm on them a little too much, but
relate.
Promote. Like, you know, algorithms. But it's Regina.Kypriandes on Instagram, and then you can Google my name. The book will come up. First one, the second one will come up shortly. In August, Regina K Author is my TikTok handle.
I'll link everything.
Yeah, exactly. You can find me. I mean, my name is not that easy, and it's not.
No, I'm not copy and paste.
Yeah, exactly. There's pretty much only one, and unless there's not, then I'm related to them, that last name.
And then you can ask them.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow, we're not a very big family. Although, I have relatives in Cyprus.
Okay.
That I've never met, and I want to meet one day.
You should.
Yeah.
And make a story out of it.
I want to. And I've seen a couple of times, like, you can view analytics of, like, who looks at your stuff. And I've seen Cyprus, and I'm like, oh, I'm related to you guys.
Yes, amazing. See, that was easy.
Thank you.
Amazing. You can...
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Consider the Source podcast. If you're not already, please make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure to check us out on YouTube because the videos do get posted there every Wednesday. And then if you haven't already, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you leave a 5-star review. Make sure that you're following me on social media at Sarah Smiles Network everywhere. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and make sure to tune in next week for another episode of the Consider the Source podcast. Bye.